Greetings, Jedi traders. David here of TradingFibs.com to bring you the daily trend for week 38, day 4, September. Try September. September 22nd. Happy fall 2016. As always, please seek financial advisement when trading with your money, as these videos are for educational purposes only. Support your knowledge in the market. See what's going through my head on any given day. Always make sure you have a solid trading plan and always manage your stop when placing a trade. All right, post FOMC, post Bank of Japan Draghi comments, overnight session. It was all about nice move to the upside. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the numbers for today. 26 setups for a total of 905 ticks for the week into Thursday. Not bad economic data there out today. Jobless claims below that 4-week average as we head into it's election season and waiting to see what will happen with the next rate hike already on the table, whether or not it's going to happen. Daily stats today, 2 markets, 8 setups, split between the NQ and ES. One small loss there on the NQ. That's right, a small loss. But it was that overnight session that just continued that trend from yesterday on all 3 markets. Price action holding above the clouds, the 5144 Heiken Oku cloud, and Heiken Ashi bars trailing up, 5 charts in the green to keep you in the trend. But that is not where I was looking for setups. I was looking for setups in the U.S. market. All right, there it was on the price action on the NQ. Price action breaking above the 5144 here and breaking above the Globex high. And, yep, a little concern on the 25-minute open range there, but managed to get one off right before the Camarilla. And looking at the AD line on the NQ here, as price action kind of waffled here over at the 75, a stagnant static line. Price action finally decided to bail, and price action came back. So using that AD line on the NQ today, actually much of an assistance, as that is something I've been watching for as a market internal for the last 2 weeks. Usually using the NYSE for the NQ, but being more using it, the NQ AD line has had much better effect. So something I will be looking at over the next weeks to come. Take a look at the ES. Again, ES, nice breakout here above the Globex high, continuing that trend pre-market. Solid body tail up above the 5144, above the Globex high for a small, nice scalp up to, that's right, the CAM high. That was it. Wasn't looking to go any further. So 2 in, 2 out. Price action, place that stop at the break even and exit. Nice move. Price action again in the early morning session. I'm sorry, this was the PM session here. Price action on the NQ, again using that AD line today. Nice move there. It went up to the previous number 79, which was, let me see, I think I had another chart here. I do not have it posted, but anyway, price action lifting up to that 79. That was a previous number. Price action holds, comes down, stay on it. Haven't broken the cloud yet. Price action comes back up. Once I see that resistance there at the 75, just decide to bail. So that market internal on the NQ really playing out nicely. I had this on a 1-minute chart and was able to bail at an appropriate time as price action came back down. Take a look downside. There was the loss. Want to play that out to you so to see what I was looking at. Price action coming down. 5144 was the entry back from up above. But I had the Globex and I had the 25-minute open range in my sights. Didn't want to take it. Bounced off the U.S. Open and the T350 mid-tick range. Once price action got under there, I decided to go on it. 4 charts in the red. That was a 9 out of 10 probability. But then once I realized and took a look over at price action on the AD line, I wasn't too happy with the way it was stumbling here and decided, yep, that was an appropriate number to come out. And as well, which I didn't draw on the chart at the time, this level down here had already previously been hit and found resistance here. So decided to just go ahead and bail on the trade. Took a 10, took a loss, not too bad. Again, not willing to keep on it until it came up. Swing size would have been up here, or even waiting to the 144 would have been a much more of a loss. Once I realized I made the mistake, I decided to bail. Take a look at the price action there in the PM session over the ES. Again, there was our move up to again, the CAM high. Pretty much left the setup to the downside, let that one go. Found a little scalp up here. A little bit of a Holding on with a little breath here as price action started to come back, but holding above the 51.44. Bailed right there before the cam high, and that was it for the ES. Taking a look at the NQ in the afternoon session. Price action up and out. And then price action, we took a look at that setup. There was that small loss, and then right at the end there, just for a little tick. And I know you're looking at this and saying, yeah, that looks like a great run there. How come you didn't take the whole thing? Well, that's not my setup. My setup is exactly what I'm looking for, and we'll take a look at that on the charts today to tell you exactly what I was looking for. All right, squabbled there today for a total of about 100 and so ticks. What was that? 125 ticks. Anyway. Price action on the AD line got that lift, pretty much plateaued out. You might have thought price action would have been a little bit better today, but that's what it was. Let's go ahead and take a look at the charts here. But before we do that, let's take a look at the fib levels. How do we do here? Not bad on the Fibonacci, but didn't get anywhere. Pretty much sideways action here. As daily gaps form, we gapped up overnight price action, leaving some new gaps down below. But we closed out a gap here on both the YM, the ES, and crude, forming some new gaps as she moves back upside. All right, so let's jump into that daily trend. Let's take a look at the charts, starting with crude here. As price action overnight on the crude getting that lift. There it was from yesterday's session. And pretty much chop action, best of setups was over here on the sell signal underneath the T350. You might have jumped on this to the upside as it broke upside, but no buy signal up here. So sell signal here, solid body tail down underneath the 25-minute open range, maybe getting a little bit of a piece of price action downside, but not much to talk about. Take a look at the GC on the gold. Again, nice move here around the European close on the move upside above the T350, as well as over here at the gold open. Price action lifting up on all 5 charts in the green. Take a look at the ZN. Again, bonds with a nice move up there. Almost same price. Sorry. I thought I had the bonds there. Price action on the ZN. A little choppy here for the most part for the bond session, as didn't really go anywhere. Even on a 3-2 flex Renko, it was really pretty much price action yesterday. Yeah, we went over those charts on the YM, but again, I want to point out to you, so basically price action today pretty much flat, got a little bit of a lift and drop, and so there it was. But again, when you're looking for setups, again, remember, don't have to take every setup, always looking for the highest probability. Remember, when you got a buy signal and you got 5 charts in sync, you got a 10 out of 10 probability. I'm not saying it's going to be successful. I'm saying the probability is there. You get your trade management on and you ride it up and you manage it up. Why not stay in it? Pretty simple. Stay above the moving average. Now, I didn't say trading was simple. I said the trade management can be simple. As price action continues to lift here, you stay on the trade. Again, this was overnight session, didn't have anything to do with it. So you look for the next best setup and you try and match and say, well, I'm not going to try and find an explanation in every single setup. If it doesn't look like that, maybe I don't take it. And therefore, you limit yourself to 1 to 2 setups a day. Hey, we were pretty close to that today. Anyway, price action sell signal downside on the YM down here. Price action breaking the 25-minute open range was really the only setup to talk about of that matter, but held off in the YM today. NQ, again, we mentioned some of those nice setups under here. Again, this was the one where he took the small loss here. His price action on the AD line wasn't going in the direction we wanted. Yeah, you can make a case that sell signal underneath here was looking good underneath the 51.44, but that's not my trading plan. So pretty much chop across the board, scalp entries as well as the ES here. Again, there it is. The overnight session continued to run it up. In some hindsight, I wish it would have stayed up overnight. And knowing that we had a nice run over and during the day session, the European session lifted it up. That's your setup. 5 charts in the green, keeping the trend. Trend trading, Heikin Ashi, and 51.44 together with fibs make a nice trading pattern. All right, so you tried a couple setups on the ES today, nothing more, nothing less. All right, taking a look at any of the other markets on not to speak of here. EMD Midcap 400 didn't do so bad. There was the setup overnight session. Again, just like the ES, pretty much chopped inside here. Looking for the highest probability setups would have been 5 charts in the green. Euro, not much to speak of. Nice little move upside. Yen, after Bank of Japan news, best setup was to the downside here, sell signal downside. ZS Beans didn't go anywhere much. Natty Gas coming out again. When you see price action like that, you should have been on a higher time frame. So you go from a 5-4, you go to the 6-3, and you wait for the numbers to come out, and now you got a manageable trade. 5 charts in the red and 2 the downside. But again, that's right at the numbers result, so you probably wouldn't have gotten that. But you jump on the sell signal here, 5 charts in the green, and you got yourself a powerful move. All right, and wrapping it up with platinum. Platinum down, going very far today, pretty much holding inside the range. Tough market to trade today. Jumping over to the daily picture. As we head into tomorrow, I can't tell you what's going to happen. All I can tell you is that price action across the board, NQ holding up here. So I got to go with the momentum to the upside on the NQ. YM&ES about to cross that 51.44. Even though still in a downtrend, I got T3 moving averages moving up. So I got to go with a nice pullback, very strong pullback on YM&ES, but a little bit stall here today as we looked at the 50 period moving average upside on the YM. And now finally the ES holding up. So combination of daily gaps, intraday levels, as well as the bigger time frames gives you some lines to watch on intraday sessions. If you're looking for the longer term hold, NQ's got the nice move. Actually started last week on the pullback, but really got the lift starting yesterday with the FOMC numbers, and there it was. Price action lifting, and now we are in a nice uptrend. Watch for the pullbacks to any key moving averages here now. Daily big pick on the CL. Got to go with the, still the downtrend is 50 below 144, but again, strong pullback upside, holding above the 50 and the 200. So momentum again in a nice pullback and starting to build until I get that 50 crossing that 144. I still have to go with the downwards momentum, but pretty coming close to crossing over. Same picture on the gold as we kind of waffle on the 50 MA. Price action again, still got to go with the momentum downside until we cross. And yen, there's that resistance today right on the 144 inside the 5200. So I got to go with yen still to the downside. Daily big pick here on the EMD Midcap 400. Same picture as that ES. Back upside, but momentum still driving downside. We're holding above the 50. We now have a nice open gap. And the euro holds above the 5200, 50 above 144. Euro momentum upside. Watch for the pullback and resistance off the key moving averages. And I think I keep doing this on my charts. That was the bonds there, not the yen. And it's the yen here back upside, 50 above 144. So I got to go with the long here as it's holding above the 50 and the 200. All right, taking a look ahead as we roll into tomorrow's session. Jobless claims came out today. We got PMI tomorrow. And we got our regional Fed president starting to speak as we head into next week. It's GDP, so watch for that numbers as we head into the last week of September. Hey guys, that concludes an insight into the daily trend. Feel free to stop by tradingfibs.com or any of my social media outlets to obtain more information. My trading mantra of one simple strategy: any market, any chart, any time frame will keep you disciplined. You can find me every day on Twitter at Trading Fibs, and as always, I leave the crystal ball to the experts. I only trade what's in front of me and on my charts, and as always, leave your bias at the door when trading. Hey guys, if this is the first time watching the video, or if you're interested in joining us in the trading room on a Thursday or Friday session, or you want to join us for 2 days, feel free to send me an email, david@tradingfibs.com. Check it out. You like it, you don't like it, no worries. Not going to take it personal. If it doesn't work for you, that's all right. Find what works for you. But if you like what you see, you can join us as a regular member in the trading room. Come learn every day. Ask questions. Ask questions. All opinions are welcome. Everybody shares their trading plan. Well, everybody shares some insight into how they trade, contributing. The goal of the room is to highlight intraday trends and the strong possibility that the trend might continue. All right, wherever you may be, have yourselves a Blue Zone day, good night, and good trading to you.